beautiful people. This is Nadir.
This Kev.
And yo, we are Gangs Music Life. It is that time of the year again, Kev.
It is, man. You know?
We had to stretch it this year. So usually we do a top 10.
Yeah.
This year we had to do it the top 15.
Yeah, we did.
We had a good year, man.
There's a lot going on.
I forget what it was. Was it 2 years ago? We were like, yo, it's been a crazy year, like a down year in music almost.
Yeah.
And now the music gods have blessed us this year. A lot of EPs. I'm interested to see if you have any of them on your list or a lot of them on your list.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I'm all over the place. I don't think we're going to be on the same part this year. I don't think
so either.
We'll be close at all. I definitely know one of them that's you covet that I don't. So it's going to be a top 15 of the year music wise, and we'll do honorable mentions first.
Okay.
You go first.
Okay, you want to go back and forth kind of style?
That's
or
cool.
You want to
We'll
just
go back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go back and forth.
So my first honorable mention went to Kendrick Lamar and the TDE camp for the Black Panther soundtrack. Yo, I haven't heard the soundtrack this fire since I was a kid, man. Young Space Jam soundtrack, absolutely fire. And they put it together. They did. They made a really, really solid album here.
They did. It was definitely a good one. It was a little bit, just a lot of their. It was a TDE project.
Yeah,
had a lot of their.
It had a big sound, but without sounding like too forced to focus on the actual story of the movie or whatever. So, hey, man.
I think a lot of it, too, Black Panther was so dope and what it meant for the culture as well. But when you heard the soundtrack, which came out before the movie, it was dope that you can watch the movie and see how the songs fit into the movie. Yeah. And that was dope about it. So I definitely agree with that. I did not have it on my list for honorable mention at all.
Hey.
Honorable mention for me, I had Lil Wayne, Carter 5.
Oh, okay. Yes. Wow.
Yep, that was on my.
Did the Wheezy man wrong?
Yeah, you know what? It's not wrong. The fact that he made the honorable mention is definitely telling because it was a stacked year of music. Yeah. But I was happy to see Wayne come back. I wasn't as far as just gushing as far as it being a great project to crack my top 15, but nonetheless, it met honorable mention tones.
I feel that, man. Next up for me, man, was Earl Sweatshirt with some rap songs.
Okay.
That album, I've been living with it more and more, and each time I listen to it, it gets more compelling. Like, I connect with it more and more. It's still a little too new for me to have said that it was one of my favorite albums of the year, but I did think it was a really good project.
Okay. Let's see. Honorable mention for me, I had Triple X, XXX Tentacion, the question mark.
Okay.
All right. Before his untimely passing, I think that he was definitely just throwing feelers out there as far as this project showed me what he was capable of. Because the project before that, I was not here for that. That was in the midst of all of the stupid stuff was going on. He got boloed off the stage. A lot of that was going on. Yeah. The question mark was like, when I first looked at him, this dude really has some talent. Yeah. And I could see that it was definitely where he could be going, I
feel that.
So that was on mine.
Oh, man, that actually is going to end up making my list. I'm going to skip the ones that you already called out. So actually, Carter 5, that actually made my honorable mentions as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess I hated on the boy, too. Next up in line, though, for me, man, and this was one that almost crept into the top 15, but just got a little edged out, man. Royce the 5'9", Booker Rhymes. Yeah, man. Cocaine.
Okay.
Yo, fire. Okay. Fire. It was a great album. I haven't listened to it as much as I have the others, which is why I didn't make top 15.
Right.
But still, much respect.
So did you go into it as far as playability, as much as you went back to it?
I did.
That's what I looked at.
That's the only thing I can really rate it on is like, how much did I actually enjoy this album? So,
yes. Yeah. Okay, I got you. All right, for me, I had Jim Jones, Wasted Talent.
Okay. That ain't nowhere near my list.
Okay.
it was a decent album, though.
I figured it wouldn't be.
It was decent.
But yeah, definitely a decent album. Jim Jones, who'd ever thought Jim would be the one that everyone talked about later in time from the Dipset that's still rapping. But nonetheless, all right.
There we go. Next up for me, man, I had Logic with Bobby Tarantino too.
Okay.
Which is another. It was a mixtape technically, but who knows the difference anymore? And this was a project that I listened to a lot when it first initially came out, and I liked it. I thought it rose. So
no. I had that one on my list too. So
there you go.
We can skip that one. Let's see. Next one for me, I had Kanye West and Kid Cudi, Kids See Ghost.
Oh wow, okay.
Yep. So I had that one. I had that one as an honorable mention as well.
Okay. Man, next up for me, man, I had you might not even remember this album, but Sir with November.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man. I was going back through the archives and I was like, yo, this was a fire album. Anybody that I told that actually listened to it also agreed that it was a fire album. So it slept on. It was a sleeper pick of the year, but definitely made my honorable mentions.
Gotcha. All right. My last one I had on my honorable mention list was the Currency Freddie Gibbs project.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I had that one on the honorable mention.
I feel that.
It was a tough year, man.
Yeah, it was a tough year, man. I got a couple more I got to run through.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna listen. It's gonna be a couple people that cut the video off at this point, but just know this is just my opinion. And if I'm saying it's an honorable mention for one of the top albums of the year, I'm clearly saying that it's good. But I had Janelle Monáe with Dirty Computer. I thought this was a fantastic album. Didn't spend a whole lot of time with it, but the times I did listen to it, I loved the Prince vibes that I got from it. I'm a big Prince fan, so there you go. Meek Mill with Championships.
Whoa.
I had to put that in the honorable mentions list just because it was so new. I didn't feel like it was fair, or it didn't impact me like that for me to put it in top 15. But it was a great project. Just haven't lived with it enough yet to really go there. And the one that's really gonna make the haters upset, brother. The one that's really gonna get them.
Don't say it.
Nipsey Hussle.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
You know what I'm saying?
I knew you were going to say that.
Man. It was a good project.
It was.
And I knew that was going to be the one that people would be upset about. That I didn't say it was number one best album ever. But the one that I was really conflicted with on not making the top 15 for me was J Rock's Redemption.
Really?
It did not make my top 15. But
really?
I thought it was a really good album. I just didn't listen to it enough for me to justify putting it back up there.
Okay.
But that's where it closes out for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it, man. 15.
15.
Top 15 of the year. Now, mind you, it was a crazy year. Now, mind you, these are our opinions. Always got to preface that.
And
we get tight about these when we make them.
It really just comes down to what did I like over this year.
Exactly.
There's nothing against your taste or whatever you liked or whatever you thought was different. Leave yours in the comments. What your top 15 was. We can talk about it.
All right, let's start it off. 15. Number 15.
Yeah.
I got Drake, Scorpion.
Wow, okay.
Yep, I got Drake and Scorpion.
You're going to be promptly kicked out of my house once we're done here, but
I'm definitely. She's not going to see this. I'm out. I'm running as soon as this is done. You know what it was just I like the rapping portion of it. The R&B side wore me out, and even with that being said, he still cracked my top 15. Drake's an amazing performer. It does. Now I will say the album did get better over time. Yeah. When we first reviewed it, I was really off it.
A lot of hits,
but a lot of hits. I definitely for that. What'd you have for 15?
15, man, I had my man Freddie Gibbs with Freddie.
Gotcha.
Yeah, okay. Man, I love that project. Like, I think maybe I've been just kind of keeping it to myself, but like, yo, I on the low listen to that album all the time, man. Yep. If I'm in the car riding, man, Freddie is more than likely going to get some spend time.
I got you.
Like, if you like gangster music or if you like gangster rap, Freddie Gibbs going to deliver it.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
And as you can see right here, I have him as number 14.
Okay, there you go. Hey.
Freddie was definitely number 14 for me. So we're close on that one. I had him at number 14 for that. Like you said, just a hard album.
Yeah, just
Freddie
back.
Yeah, he comes back, man. He can rap, man. It comes out just a hard vibe from it. I always go back to that album because for the hilarity of it. When he's looking, the album cover alone should make you go back to this album, man. But definitely was a good project.
Absolutely, I agree.
So I had him at 14. What'd you have at 14?
14 for me, man. I had Denzel Curry with Taboo.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, man. Okay. Another album that I really enjoyed, but it didn't move further down that list. But 14 is still a very respectable spot for you know what I'm saying, top albums of the year. A lot of music that came through, and that means that you penetrated. Pause. But you know what I'm saying. Did his thing. I love that.
Gotcha. Okay. 13. I had Sir for November.
Okay. Yeah, you did remember that.
No, I did not forget that album. I still go back to that one too. I actually sent it to my daughter. She likes it too. But no, Sir was 13 for me. Just TDE knocked out the park again with this one, man. They got a good thing going. He did not get the pub I think he should have though. It's like it came and went. It didn't have a lot to talk. I mean, as far as people buzzing about it, I think he should have got way more than that.
Yeah, TDE went on tour right after that, so I think it was a little bit tough to really push him. But I mean, he got a little bit of press. But it was a good album. If you didn't listen to it yet, get out there and listen to it, man. You enjoy it.
True. What'd you have for 13?
13, I had A$AP Rocky with Testing.
Okay.
Yeah. Now there was a video that we had done. It didn't actually come out right, so I never published it. But we had done one back in June, and we talked about some of our top albums, and that one actually made my top 5 at that time. It's since been bumped out of those spots, but still thought it was a really good album.
Okay,
man.
so this is where we kind of mirror a little bit because I had Testing at. I'm sorry. Oh no, did I have that at whatever? Okay. At 12, I had J. Cole. KOD.
Okay. Wow.
I had KOD at 12. And there's no, like I said, no slight to J. Cole. He put together a decent project. It just didn't make the top, my top 10.
Everything ain't gonna be top 10. You only get 10 spots. It's tough. It's tough.
Absolutely. What'd you have for 12?
For 12, man, I had Currency and Freddie Gibbs with Fetty.
Okay,
I love that album, man. Like that's my jam.
Okay.
I wish it was a little bit longer, but I also feel like it's perfect length or whatever. And it's like, yo, man, it's just perfect music to just ride to, man, vibe to. You're gonna get lots of spitting. Bars, great beats. Yeah. What more you want, man? It's hip hop. Hip hop. I knew
that all no hooks, all bars is going to get you.
Every time. Every time.
All right. So number 11, I had A$AP for Testing.
There we go.
Yeah,
okay.
So I had 11. So I figured it was close there. But yeah, like we said, we did a video. It didn't come out well, but during that time, we definitely talked about our top 5 at the time, and that this album cracked both of our top 5s. Mm-hmm. Good project. A$AP came back well. I think another album that didn't get pubbed as much as I would have liked it too.
There was just so much going on.
It was. I think during that time, every week something was dropping. Yeah. All right, what'd you have at 11?
Number 11, man, I put Drake with Scorpion.
Okay.
Yeah, man. It didn't make my top 10.
This is a Drake household, so I understand it.
This is the thing too. Like it was at 10 before, but then I got to argue with myself. This is actually what made me feel like I need to go ahead and go to 15 because to give that album honorable mention, I felt like was downplaying it. But I did think that there were 10 albums better.
Yeah. Do you think over time it got better?
No, I mean, I felt like it was what it was on face
Okay.
value for me.
I got you.
But it had a lot of jams on it, and plus, it's universally, you know what I mean, fitting for everybody. Like it's got a little bit of something for everybody.
Yes, yeah.
So I mean, hey,
I got you.
I ain't hating on the boy.
I got you. All right, man. Top 10. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Number 10, I had Royce the 5'9" with Booker Ryan.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't mad at that.
Just rapping, man. You already know. I get in there, you rapper, a good supreme lyricist will pull me in every time. Pause.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good body of work. I think it was Royce's best album to date. So yeah, I loved it, man.
I feel that, man. Number 10 spot for me, The Carters, Everything is Love. This is an
Gotcha.
album that
Okay.
I felt like was criminally underrated. Yo, I know Jay's getting a lot of talk right now for the verse on the Meek Mill album, but yo, his verses on 713 are phenomenal. They're out of this world. Like Jay was just rapping in a different space and time for the majority of this album, in my opinion. Now, it released the week that XXS Tentacion passed. It was during the Kanye rollout for all the albums. It came out like the day after Nasir, which is nowhere near this list.
Yeah, no.
But so it was a lot. It was a lot going on, and I think that overshadowed it. A couple weeks later, Scorpion came out, Kids See Ghosts, Kanye's album, all that kind of stuff. So I think that one ended up going under the radar. But yo, fantastic body of work.
Yep, I got it. That was actually my next one. So 9 was the Carters.
Okay.
I had the Carters down at 9. Like you said, man, Jay was in there just rapping his face off. Just a good love album. Any married couple can appreciate this one.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much why I loved it. So I had it at 9. What'd you have at 9, bro?
Number 9 for me, man, was Saba with Care For Me.
Woo, okay.
Breakthrough artist. This was a breakthrough year for him, in my opinion. That album is fantastic. You need to get out there, man, and listen to it if you haven't, because yo, the kid he's on the way, man. He's on the way. He got something special.
Gotcha, Chicago kid.
Yeah.
All right, man. So 8. We're at 8, right?
Yep.
Okay, 8. I had Fonte. No News is Good News.
Oh man,
Yes,
yeah.
that album was
tough
just
year, man.
oh, it was. But that album was just it was just a great album. The subject matter he talked about, and I'll say it again: if Fonte was light skinned from Canada, he would be a knockout hit because this boy can actually sing. He can rap his face off, and I just don't think he gets the pub. The people that like Fonte know Fonte,
Yeah.
and they love his music, and I'm one of them. So that was my 8.
I feel you, man. That's not a bad spot. Now, for my 8, man, listen, we brothers, man.
Yeah.
I love you to death, man.
No doubt,
do
no
anything
doubt.
for you. So
No doubt.
you're gonna have to, just live, just bear with it, man. Just bear with it, man. Because my number 8 was Travis Scott with Astroworld. Hey, listen, number 8 is that's high praise, man.
Yes, it is.
That's speaking
Yes,
very
it
well.
is.
But I
Yeah.
know. But for me,
Yeah.
the album it had a lot of bangers. I've never quite gotten over the fact that Travis Scott isn't a very great lyricist.
You always hold that against him.
For me, that always kind of knocks him down a couple of pegs. Well, his music for me.
Yeah, I got you.
But still, I thought it was a phenomenal album, man.
I got you.
Great, a lot of bangers on there, a lot of hits. So boom, Travis.
There it is. All right, so 7. I'm sorry.
7.
So at 7, I had
Yes.
Nipsey Hussle. So Victory Lap made my list at number 7.
See, so don't come in here
Yeah,
hating
yeah.
on us, man.
Don't-
50-50, man. Honorable mentions, top 15, man. Yeah.
The intro alone, that's what I go back to. When I went back and looked at my most played tracks, that intro was probably getting me through every morning because I would put that intro on and Nipsey was rapping his face off, and it just had this energy. But yeah, that was my number 7.
I feel you, man. Number 7 for me, man, was Blood Orange with Negro Swan.
Gotcha.
This was another album that came completely out of left field, man. I've been a fan since Freetown Sound, but I really felt like he stepped it up artistically on this album. And hey, man, that's what it got you. Number
Gotcha.
7 on the Games
Gotcha.
Music Life for Kev.
Kev's list. Here we
Yeah.
go. Yeah. So 6, I had Meek Mill Championships.
Okay.
So I did have championships. Him and
He did enough to prove it to you.
yeah, he
huh?
did, man. Him and
Okay.
Nipsey being back to back there. That's just a little something we said earlier. Go watch this
Hey,
review.
you know what I mean? Hey.
Which I think Meek came out. I think once again this is his best body of work he's put out so far. Mature Meek is definitely a good thing. I was here for it, man.
I heard that.
Would you have a 6?
Number 6, Kids See Ghosts with
Gotcha.
their self-titled album, man. Cudi and Ye, man. Hey, that's a great pairing. I'm glad to see the space that Kid Cudi is in.
Yeah.
And I felt like this 7 tracks was fantastic.
Yeah, I got you.
Phenomenal.
It was tough for me with that one only because of the length and only because we hadn't seen. We were so happy to see Cudi in a great space that I
Yeah.
thought maybe I was overplaying it. But when you said it did make my honorable mention list. It was a good project.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So 5, I had Saba. Care for Me.
Okay, there you
I
go.
had Saba. That album talked to me, man, and I just wasn't expecting that album to be what it was.
Okay, I
I
feel
really
that.
wasn't. That's why I think it moved so high on my list because it was just a surprise
Yeah.
to hear that come from. And like Kev said earlier, if you have not heard that project, go listen to that one. That's a phenomenal album.
Very talented guy.
All right, whichever 5, bro.
Number 5 for me was J. Cole with KOD. Now,
Okay.
when this album came out, like, first of all, I have been banging that since it came out. Like, Cole came with it. He had something for everybody. And, man, I know a lot of people didn't particularly care for it, but I was not amongst them.
Yeah.
This was like Cole been dropping fire.
Yeah, which
fire.
is good coming from you because
I call him J. Cole
think
for years.
for one of the biggest arguments we used to go back and forth with was that J. Cole being good or not.
Yeah.
You know, and like I'm just great to hear the growth because he hasn't rapping his face off. Didn't crack my top 10, but you know, whatever.
Hey man, how
J.
things
Cole.
go?
All right, man. So 4, I had J Rock Redemption.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I had it back, man. I was happy for J Rock, man. I still went back to it a couple times. It was one of my most played albums as well. But I think for more of just a moral, just being happy for J Rock because he's on TDE. We talk about Schoolboy Q. We talk about Kendrick, of course. We talk about SZA. She came through, and we even Sir. But we never thought J Rock was ever going to come out because he was the first one that was signed too. And when he came out with the project, I had to give it where it was due, man. J Rock.
Hey, I heard that, man.
Okay, what'd you have for?
Number 4 for me, man, was MGMT's Little Dark Age. Now
I had that on my honorable mention. I forgot that one.
I know that's completely left field for what we typically do, but I mean, we listen to a lot.
No, that's not.
We don't review everything that we listen to. We listen to a lot, and that has definitely been one of my favorite albums of the year. I can play it start to finish, no skips, no pauses, and it's fantastic every time.
Gotcha.
Every time. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, man. MG, that's a good one too. I had him on honorable mention. I didn't mention that one.
That happens.
All right, 3. I had Travis Scott.
Oh,
Astroworld.
wow. 3.
I had it at 3. I had it at 3.
Okay.
Yeah. There's not many albums that make me call you on the phone, and this album was one of them.
Okay.
And it was definitely a movie. As far as when it came out, Travis was just in a good space. We brought out my boy James Blake out from out of the rock he was hiding under. That is what opened me up. I was like, yo, I'm open right
The
now.
album is a beautiful
Yes,
production.
it is. It definitely is. So I had that at 3. Would you have a 3, bro?
Number 3, man, I had my boy Pusha Terrence out there with Daytona, and this was one of those albums I was fighting with, man. Like my top 3 has been so muddy. Really, I think the 3 and the 2 spot maybe kind of jumped around a little bit.
Yeah,
but that's where it landed out, man. Again, fantastic project. I listen to it I literally might listen to that album every day.
Yeah,
and like Kanye showed mastery on the production side.
Yeah.
Pusha T comes through and just gives you bars on bars and just so many different styles. There's nothing to not like about this unless you're a Drake
I know
fan.
you're top 2 then now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know where we're at. I know where you're going. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So for 2, it hurt me only because I couldn't give it the top spot, and it just wasn't. This is the first CD I bought in years.
Okay.
The first CD I bought in
Wow.
a very long time. But number 2, I had Lupe, Drogas Wave.
Okay, there you go.
You know, so the album just moved me, man. If you haven't listened to this project, go listen to it. It's a history lesson. It's an eye-opening experience. There's a lot of different things. Like I said, it's the first CD I bought in almost 20 years. I still have not opened it because I don't have anything to play it with.
No need. This is a collector's item at this point.
Exactly. Would you have it too, bro?
Number 2 for me, man, I had JPEG Mafia with Veteran.
I knew it.
First of all, JPEG is definitely my favorite new act to come out because his style is just so left field of what everybody else is doing that I just love it. If you're not familiar, get out there. If you like high energy rappers, JPEG Mafia is the guy for you. Gotcha. Veteran, fantastic album. Black Ben Carson, fantastic album. Get out there.
Gotcha. I knew that was going to be on your list too.
Had to.
But yeah, number 1 was Daytona. Pusha T.
There you go. Okay.
I told her I fought with it only because of the length and only because the fact that the length was 7 songs, but it does not seem like it's 7 songs.
Yeah.
And that's the part that gets me is that if you can pull that off on a 7 track album, then you've done a damn good.
Something special.
You've done something very special. Like just like you, I listen to that album probably every day. Yeah. Every day because it's so quick hitter and it's like it gets you right in your feels, get you right in your grind. Absolutely. Get out there and get it. What was number 1, bro?
Number 1 for me, Lupe Fiasco, Drogas Wave.
I knew it. Yep.
Listen, self-admitted Lupe stan, magnum opus. I never thought that he would top Tattoo on Youth. He did it. Boom. If you haven't listened to that album, listen to it. Like, it's like 24, 25 tracks.
Yeah.
He kills it. He kills it. Top to bottom, album of the year for me.
Yeah.
For me. He gave me everything I was looking for. So, Drogas Wave, number 1.
Gotcha.
Crown
and you bought it too.
I did.
Yes. We both got it in the plastic. But yeah, it was Lupe's album was the first album that people were upset that it was too much music.
Yeah.
Because they were like, I can't process all this.
Hey, man.
So yeah. But let us know, man. Get in the comments like we all do every year. I know people gonna get in here and get upset.
Drop your list.
It don't gotta be 15. Top 5 is cool. And you get them comments. It'll be an argument. Last year was crazy. Everyone debated about it.
Yeah.
Get in there, talk about it again. And we'll go from there, man. Yeah. I am Nadir.
This Kev.
And we are Games Music Life, man. Drink more water, people.
Peace.
Peace.